On September 1st, 1752, there was a young man known among the villagers for his cunning, trickery, and love of betting. That morning, he heard a strange and extraordinary piece of news from a traveling merchant passing through a neighboring village. A piece of news he was certain the villagers were unaware of. This wasn't ordinary news. It was a unique event, and someone as clever as he couldn't let it pass without seizing the opportunity. The young man thought deeply, and then a brilliant idea struck him. He rushed through the village alleys, calling on the villagers to gather in the village city square, where he would propose a bet no one could win. Once they gathered, the young man announced, "You love challenges, and most of you wish to see me lose just one bet. If you're looking for the impossible bet, I have it for you. I bet that I can dance in front of you for 12 consecutive days and nights without stopping, not for food, drink, or anything else. If you think it's madness and physically impossible, place your money on this bet, and if I win, it's all mine." The villagers laughed mockingly, looking at him as if he were mad, but they accepted the challenge, believing he wouldn't succeed this time. The young man then declared, "Our date is tomorrow, September 2nd. I'll start dancing at night and finish on the 14th, and you'll witness it." Indeed, on the appointed day, the young man began his dance. By the end of the period, the villagers were shocked to find that he had kept his promise and won the impossible bet. He claimed all the wagered money, leaving the villagers in awe. But how did he do it? The answer lies in a real historical event. The story ties back to the Gregorian calendar and the changes made to it. In 1582, the Gregorian calendar replaced the Julian calendar. The Julian calendar, established during Julius Caesar's time, had a miscalculation of 11 minutes, causing the calendar year to drift by one day every 128 years. This drift created significant errors in calculating Easter. To resolve this issue, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the new calendar, eliminating 10 days from October 1582. However, Britain didn't adopt this calendar until 1752. When it did, 11 days were removed from September to synchronize with the rest of Europe. Thus, the calendar jumped from September 2nd, 1752 to September 14th, 1752. This historical event was the loophole the young man exploited in his bet. He began his dance on September 2nd and ended it on the 14th according to the new calendar, which meant he danced for 12 consecutive days and nights, even though the days never actually existed. This story highlights the young man's intelligence and his clever use of a rare historical event. It also opens the door to intriguing theories like the phantom time hypothesis, which claims that 300 years were artificially added to the Gregorian calendar. This hypothesis, proposed by German historian Herbert Illig in the 1980s, raises questions about the authenticity of certain historical periods, characters, and recorded events. While some dismiss it as fiction, others believe it merits further investigation. Whether this tale is entirely true or just a clever trick, it remains one of the fascinating intersections of history and human ingenuity.